The 2025 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC takes one of the most iconic names in two-wheeler history and injects it with a powerful dose of modern performance and motorsport-inspired engineering. At first glance, it's a Super Cub, but look closer and you'll see this isn't your grandfather's daily commuter. This is a precision-crafted urban machine designed to honor decades of reliability while stepping boldly into the future with performance and attitude worthy of the HRC badge. Let's begin with what's beating at the heart of this new machine. The Super Cub 160 HRC is powered by a 160cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled, 4-valve engine, a significant upgrade over the traditional 125cc platform. With this bigger displacement and HRC tuning, the bike offers noticeably more grunt on tap, delivering approximately 16 horsepower at around 9,000 rpm and torque figures nearing 14 Nm at 6,500 rpm. These numbers may not sound massive on paper, but in a package as lightweight and agile as this Cub, they translate to zippy, responsive, and confident urban performance. This bump in power makes a massive difference in city riding and occasional longer commutes. Where older Cubs started to feel strained at 80 km/h, the Super Cub 160 HRC cruises effortlessly at 100 km/h and can reach a top speed of nearly 120 km/h, making it a true small displacement speedster. The fuel injection system has been refined, offering smoother throttle response and excellent fuel efficiency despite the increased performance. On average, riders can expect about 50 to 55 km/h under mixed riding conditions, which balances performance with economy. The transmission is a 5-speed semi-automatic, allowing riders to shift without a clutch, maintaining the Super Cub's beginner-friendly nature while offering more gear control than the traditional 4-speed. The gear ratios have been revised to match the engine's rev-happy personality, delivering brisk acceleration in lower gears and relaxed cruising in higher ones. The exhaust note, tuned for a sporty growl, adds a surprising dose of character to each twist of the throttle. Now, let's talk about design. The Super Cub 160 HRC retains its heritage DNA but adds a splash of aggression and racing flair. From the classic step-through frame to the round LED headlight, the bike remains instantly recognizable. But now it's clad in a special edition HRC livery, a white, blue, and red racing stripes that scream MotoGP pedigree. The sleek body panels are sharper and more aerodynamic, while a dark-tinted visor gives the front end a sportier silhouette. You'll notice carbon look accents on the fenders and side panels, offering just the right amount of race-inspired aesthetics without becoming too flashy. The ergonomics are subtly revised for a more aggressive yet still upright riding posture. The seat is slightly firmer with HRC embossing, offering better feedback and grip when cornering aggressively. The handlebars sit a bit lower than the standard Super Cub, giving riders a more direct feel and sportier control, but without sacrificing comfort for daily use. It's a smart balance between function and style, allowing the Super Cub 160 HRC to double as both a weekday commuter and a weekend toy. When it comes to suspension, the 160 HRC gets an upgraded setup. The front telescopic forks are now tuned for sportier damping, and the twin rear shocks are adjustable, something rarely seen in this segment. This gives the rider more feedback during spirited riding, while still being plush enough to absorb the rough edges of urban roads. The chassis feels tighter and more stable than the base model, particularly in corners and at high speeds. Honda clearly took handling seriously with this version. Braking performance has been dramatically improved with larger front and rear disc brakes, a 240 mm at the front and 220 mm at the rear, both equipped with dual-channel ABS. This gives the Super Cub 160 HRC confidence-inspiring stopping power, especially under emergency braking. The levers are now adjustable, and the bite point is sharp and responsive. You'll feel the bike settle quickly and calmly when slowing down from higher speeds, a crucial upgrade given the extra horsepower. Honda also gave the Super Cub 160 HRC a tech update. The new full digital instrument cluster is compact yet information-rich. It displays speed, gear position, RPM, fuel efficiency, a clock, and trip meters, all in a bright, easy-to-read layout. There's even a Bluetooth-enabled feature for basic smartphone pairing, offering turn-by-turn navigation and call notifications via companion app. It's a subtle but welcome touch that keeps the Super Cub modern without overwhelming its minimalist charm. Other thoughtful features include keyless ignition with an HRC-branded smart key, a USB-C charging port subtly tucked into the underseat compartment, and a side-stand engine cutoff. The lighting is full LED, including crisp indicators and a tail light that blends seamlessly into the revised tail section. The mirrors are bar-end style, offering a wider view and a custom bike feel. The wheels are lightweight alloys wrapped in grippy, performance-focused tires, a 180R17 at the front and 120/70R17 at the rear. These sizes not only improve the bike's stance but also contribute to enhanced cornering confidence and braking stability. The entire setup feels like a love letter to both efficiency and excitement, something only Honda could pull off so seamlessly. Now, the Super Cub was always about accessibility, and Honda hasn't strayed too far from that. Despite the premium features and performance bump, the 2025 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC is expected to launch at a price of around $3,900 internationally, or PKR 11.5 to 12.5 lakhs in markets like Pakistan. Yes, it's pricier than the regular Cub or the 125cc offerings, but when you consider what you're getting, a unique combination of legacy, performance, reliability, and motorsport, so it becomes clear that the price tag is justified. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of the Super Cub 160 HRC is how effortlessly it blends two very different worlds. On one hand, it's a humble, approachable, fuel-sipping commuter. On the other, it's a spirited, agile machine that carries the HRC stamp with pride. Whether you're a beginner rider looking for something cool and easy to ride, or an experienced enthusiast who appreciates the engineering behind a small-capacity performance machine, this bike delivers. It's also important to recognize the cultural significance of this machine. The Super Cub line has sold over 100 million units globally, making it the best-selling motor vehicle in history. The 160 HRC version not only honors that legacy and pushes it forward. This is Honda reminding the world that even a practical commuter can be exciting, beautifully crafted, and track-influenced. There's a lot of emotion tied to this machine, especially for riders who grew up around earlier versions of the Cub. But the 2025 160 HRC isn't just a nostalgia trip, it's a reimagining. It's faster, sharper, and far more capable. It brings smiles to daily commuting and raises eyebrows at local meetups. You might not expect to talk about cornering dynamics and race heritage in a Super Cub review, but here we are, and that's the genius of this bike. Honda knows exactly what it's doing with this machine. They took the most iconic scooter in the world, made it sportier, faster, and more stylish, then topped it off with racing DNA from HRC, a brand synonymous with innovation and world-class performance. And somehow, they did it without compromising the Cub's core identity. In the end, the 2025 Honda Super Cub 160 HRC is for the rider who wants the best of both worlds. It's for the commuter who doesn't want to be boring. It's for the enthusiast who respects engineering but wants simplicity. It's for the Honda loyalist who believes two wheels can be more than just transportation, they can be an experience. If you've ever thought a small displacement commuter couldn't be cool, exciting, or even thrilling, the Super Cub 160 HRC is here to prove you wrong. And it does it with a smile, a growl, and a legacy that refuses to fade.